Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Boomi World. Hope everyone is doing great. If you haven't watched my previous videos, please go and check it out now. So in this video, I'm going to discuss about how to create one integration based on your requirement from start to end, from source application to target application. How you are migrating data between source system to target system. Okay, so in our previous videos we discussed each and every shape clearly and connector shapes, how to configure connector shape and type of connector shapes on Boomi and all those stuff. If you haven't watched, please go and check it out now. So let's start the video. So this is our Boomi platform. So as I said, I'm going to discuss about how to create one process from start to end. Okay, so for that I can take one example. So here your source system will be Salesforce and target system will be database. So you are going to fetch data from Salesforce and you are going to update those details into database connection. Okay, so for that reason we need Salesforce connection details to connect to the Salesforce application and database configuration details to connect with the database, right? For education purpose, for training purpose, Boomi is providing some default accounts, default connections to few of the applications. So just go to process library and here type prospect and click on education services. So here you can see prospect tracking solution. So just click on install and then here you need to choose location where to install that prospect tracking solution integration in your account. Okay, so I'm choosing demo folder. So under this demo folder I'm going to create one end-to-end flow. So this is the process name, prospect tracking solutions. If you want to change, you can change, otherwise you can leave as it is, and then click on install so that the prospect tracking solution integration is installed into your demo folder. Okay, now you can see that process. If you see here, they are getting some data from Salesforce system and they are updating data into database. Okay, so here they provided Salesforce connection details and here they provided database connection details. So for training purpose, you can use these connections to get data or send data. You can use these connections for practice. So first we'll see Salesforce connection. So in start shape, they are connecting with the Salesforce application. So they are selected Salesforce as a connector and they created one connection, that is Boomi Training SF. So I'm just clicking on that edit button. Under connection, to connect to the Salesforce application, you need URL, username, password. In real-time projects, source team people will give you all those detailed connection details, URL, username, password, all those details they will provide. So you just need to copy and paste those URL, username and then password. Okay, so that you can able to connect to the third party Salesforce application. So once you entered all those URL, username and then password, all those details, just click on save. So these are the connection details. So here the action should be get, because we are getting data from the Salesforce application. So that's why the action is get. And on operation, they are querying account details. Operation is nothing but the action which you are going to perform. Those action you need to create under operation, right? So here they are fetching the account details from Salesforce application. If you want to do from starting operation, if you want to create new operation, so just click on import operation. And once you click on that import operation, you need to select the connection between the Boomi and then Salesforce application which you already created. So this is the Salesforce application connection details. So just need to click on next. If the connection is proper, the connection is working between the Boomi platform and the Salesforce system, you can able to see the object, whatever the objects present in the Salesforce system, you can able to see all those objects here. So these are all the objects present under Salesforce application. Okay, so from here they are fetching account details. Okay, so the selected account, and then action should be query, and click on next. So these are all the tags you can see, and click on next and finish, so that you can able to see the profile which you are going to fetch. So from Salesforce system you are fetching the account details, right? Those account profile includes account ID, owner ID, is account deleted, account name, currency, account created date, created by ID, last modified date, all those details you can see here. Okay, so this is how you need to import or you need to create your own operation once you are done with the connection part. Okay, so after that we have filters. So filters is nothing but logical and or operation. Suppose if you want to get all account details, so if you didn't applied any filters, this operation will fetch all account details from the Salesforce system. So suppose as per your requirement, if you want to get only accounts which created from last month or which modified on last month, only those details if you want to get, that time you need to use filters. Okay, and here you need to create logical and or operation and type. So they are filtering those records based on the type underscore c equal to. Okay, so those value equal to which one, those specific value you need to specify on here parameters tab. See, type equal to prospect. If the type is prospect, that type of account details it will retrieve, this Salesforce connection will retrieve. Okay, are you getting my point, right? So these are the filters, and after that they are getting account details and they are updating those account details into database. So from Salesforce they are getting XML file, and to update those records into database we need database file. So we need to convert that XML file into database file, right? So for that reason they are using map shape. So map shape is used to convert one profile structure into another profile structure, one format into another format, right? So here it will convert XML profile into database profile. If you see on map shape, the source profile will be XML file and this database profile. Okay, and as per your requirement you need to map. Suppose if you are working on any real-time projects, in your requirements documents or technical documents they may include this mapping sheet. Okay, from source system to target system, from which field to which field you need to map, they will include all those details. If they want to do some additions, extra functions, even that logic also they will include. So based on that logic you need to implement functions, map functions. You can use map functions and then you can implement that requirements. And before that they are doing some check, they are using some decision shape to check one logic whether it is a new account or not. So from Salesforce we are fetching account details, it is fine. So after that they are updating, so they need to know whether it is a, whether they need to perform update or insert. Insert is nothing but the newly created records. Update is nothing but the update. I mean the account details are already present in the database and they are updating few of the details. Suppose the employee name, first name and then last name. So suppose if any one of the employee name got changed their second name, that time they can update those second name on database. So for that reason, they are checking whether account name is already present on database or not. So based on that they are going to insert. How they are checking? They are connecting with the database SQL statement and then they are connecting with the database and they are executing this SQL statement, select count from customer, and here they are passing account name, so which they are fetching from the Salesforce application. Okay, so from Salesforce application they are getting some few account files, right? So for each and every account there will be a unique name. So based on that name, they are checking whether that name is already present in database or not. So this statement will give you the count of the name. If the name is already present, this statement will give you one number or two number, something like that. If the name is not present in the database, it will give 0, right? If the name is not present, it will give 0 because they are executing count statement. Okay, so if the value customer name value is equal to 0, customer name count is equal to 0, they are going to insert those records into database. Okay, so first they are checking whether the account details are present in the database or not. If not, they are inserting those records. If yes, they are just stopping the process. So this is their requirement. Okay, and here if you see Boomi training, so this is the connection details of the database. So how you need to build database connection? So you need to provide all those details. So here you need to select driver type, whether it is a SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, Microsoft, SAP HANA or custom. So based on your requirement, based on your target system or source system, they will tell you, so this is our driver type, you need to use this driver type. So based on that you need to select. So in this case they are using MySQL driver type, so they selected MySQL, and you need to provide username and then password for that particular database. Okay, so after that you need to provide host name, port name, and then database name as well. So all these details you may get from your target system or source system. In real time projects they will provide you all these details. So the only thing is you need to select driver type, and then you need to copy paste your username, password, and then host, port, and then database name. Okay, so after that you need to click on the save, and to make sure whether the connection is working properly or not from say Boomi to database, you need to click on the test connection and then atom, on which atom you are going to test this process. So just need to select that atom and then next. If the connection is successful from the Boomi to database, it will give the tick mark, green tick mark. If not, it will give you the error details. See, the connection successful. Okay, so this connection will work. Once you created the connection, you need to specify action. So here we are inserting or updating with anything. You are sending data to database, right? So that's why the action should be sent. Okay, and operation, here under options you need to select profile here. So we are inserting those records, right? If you click on this statement, here you need to select dynamic insert or dynamic update or dynamic delete or standard insert or standard update. So based on your requirements, you need to choose insert or update. If it is a standard is nothing but if you have any SQL scripts, you can type those SQL scripts and then you need to add those field names manually here. If you want to insert directly into the database, you need to select dynamic insert. If you want to update directly to the database, you can select dynamic update or anything. Okay, so I'm selecting dynamic insert, and after that you need to choose import. Okay, so here you need to select atom name and then connection and then click on next, so that it will retrieve all the database table names. See, bank accounts, bank customers, booking, contact customers, all those tables present under that particular database. So here we are updating customer, right? So you need to choose customer and then click on next. So whatever the fields you want to insert or update, you need to tick all those. If you want to update all, you can click all, so that it will select all. Or if you want to update only some few of the fields, you can select like this. Okay, after that you just need to click on next. See, you successfully imported the fields into your profile. Okay, so this is how you need to import database profile. Okay, so I'm not saving this profile because this profile is already created, right? So I'm just clicking on OK. So you selected profile here. Okay, and if you see in any connector operation, you can see advanced archiving, tracking, and then caching. These stuff you can able to see on all the operations: archiving, tracking, and then caching. Okay, so what is this archiving, what is this tracking, and what is this caching? If you want to archive those documents that passes through this connection, if you want to archive those data, you just click on that options and you can give the directory on which directory you want to save those data. You can specify that directory so that those document, whatever document data that passes through this connection, those data will be archived into that particular directory. So these all the stuff you need to perform based on your requirements only. So if you are in your projects, if they ask you to archive those details into in any other directory, that time you need to choose this option and then you need to provide the directory name. Okay, until unless you don't need to touch these three parts. Okay, and after that we have tracking. So what is this tracking? I can tell you one example. From Salesforce system you are fetching account details, right? So from Salesforce system you are getting n number of account details. Okay, and daily it this process is fetching n number of records and then inserting those n number of records into database. Okay, one day, but suppose one day, one fine day, one particular account number didn't updated into database. Okay, and your manager or your tech lead ask you to check why that particular account number is not updated. So for that reason, what you have to do, you need to go to the process reporting page and you need to check manually each and every account data. You need to open first account file, second account file, third account file. So you are getting n number of files, but you may have to open n number of files there, right? So it will take lot of time and lot of your efforts to override that Boomi is providing this tracking option. Okay, so what is the tracking option means? By using this tracking option you can track that particular account. So that particular account ID you can specify here. Okay, so those account ID details you can easily find in process reporting page. I can show you how to find those. Okay, so first all you need to do is you need to add those tracked fields here. I have already added one employee ID. So where to add that ID, I'll show you. Under settings, just open account information and setup. I'm just opening in another tab. Here you can add account ID, that particular field name. So you are tracking based on the account ID. So I'm adding account ID and then data type, whether it is a number or date time or character. So better you can choose character and then click on OK. So I have added tracked field here. Okay, so this account ID you can see here now. All just you need to do is refresh the page. Okay, so tracking, just clicking. See, now I have added account ID, right? So that account ID, just click on that account ID and then click on OK and then field value. So from profile element, from source system you are getting XML, right? So that XML should be profile, right? So you need to select profile and then profile type is XML, and after that you need to select that profile account query, and after that name. So based on account ID we are tracking, right? So you can select that ID and then click on OK. That account ID value is going to save on this account ID. So if anyone asks you to track that particular ID document, all you need to do is you just need to go to process reporting page, and here under process reporting page you need to select document. So now you are seeing executions, right? So now you need to select documents. Okay, so after that add filters, connector type, tracker fields, and then execution ID. So based on the tracked field you need to track. So what is the tracked field name or ID? So they will give some ID value, right? Suppose they given 123 ID value. Okay, so this is the ID value they given to check whether the document is updated properly or not. So in that case you need to specify that particular value here. After that here you need to choose tracked fields. Okay, so source type, here you need to select source type, user defined field. So we defined that particular field, right? So you need to select user defined and then property, see account ID, and then okay. So if the account ID is equal to 1234, that 1234 document you can see on here, so that you can easily identify what happened to that particular document, whether it is successfully inserted into database or not. Okay, so that is the tracking purpose. Okay, so after that caching. So caching is nothing but temporarily storage, right? So I have already explained what is document cache and how to add documents to the cache and how to remove and how to retrieve. If you haven't watched our previous videos, please go and check it out now. So here instead of using another shape, you can directly create that document cache here, so that whatever the documents pass to this connection shape, those documents will automatically added to that particular document cache. So that cache you need to create here. So these are all the options you can see on each and every operation, each and every connection operation. You can see this archiving, tracking, and then caching options. So based on the your requirement you need to work on these things. Unless you no need to touch these things, you just need to do under options. Okay, so this is how we need to create one process from source system to target system, from start to end. Okay, so once you are done with your requirements you are building, you need to do some testing. First initial testing, unit testing you need to perform. Hope you understand today's video. In coming videos we'll discuss how to test the process and how to deploy this process into any environments and how to schedule this process, and all those stuff we can discuss later. Yeah, that's it about today's video. If you have any doubts, please let me know in comment section. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to click the bell icon so that you will get all notifications whenever I post the video. Thank you all. See you in my next video. Until then, bye bye.